I just want to know, why don't black men value black women? Okay? We are literally single baby moms. And then y'all just be like, oh, y'all single baby moms. Y'all single baby moms. Because y'all making a single baby mom. Y'all not marrying us.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video. We got something pretty good today. We got this sister jumping online, just giving her perspective and her idea as to why a lot of your women do not want to have kids with black men anymore. Supposedly, right? Supposedly, knowing that you're about to have an influx of young 20-year-old sisters coming up in here, man, with tons of kids, right? Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of kids, all out of wedlock, and you're going to be asking where are their baby daddies. Some of them going to fight you. Some of them going to cuss you out. Some of them are going to try to guilt trip you and shame you for even asking that question, because they don't know where their baby father is, or they do know, they just, hey, well, you know, we just not together. Bottom line, these are the choices these women pick. But when you listen to this sister right here, she just makes it seem as if these women are just, they know so much and they're not in the wrong. And it's not like they're asking to be single mothers. So she says they take accountability. These women are taking accountability by going out of their way to take a trip to the clinic. Now, we do say a lot of times that you have many forms of contraception that could keep you from being a single mother. That is essentially somewhat of a way of taking accountability for her, right? Because she's saying that, hey, well, we know that if we accidentally slip up with you guys, we're going to go to the clinic because we understand that y'all not even going to want to marry us. We already know that we're going to be a single mother at the end of the day. And once again, she is just, at the end of the day, shifting blame. And that's all she's doing, is she's shifting blame. Well, we know that y'all are not going to want to marry us, right? That's the whole point of her. That's the whole point of her even saying why they do what they do. Let's jump into the video and let's see.
I just want to know, why don't black men value black women? Okay? We are literally single baby moms. And then y'all just be like, oh, y'all single baby moms. Y'all single baby moms. Because y'all making a single baby mom. Y'all not marrying us. And y'all just making us be single baby moms. Then y'all be like, oh, you want to have these kids? Why don't y'all want to have kids? Why don't y'all want to be a family? Because we are afraid to have y'all kids. Because we already know 70% we're going to be a single baby mom. With our culture. The black men. So, if you really value black women, then y'all be like, oh, come on, let's get married first, then have the kids. But marriage is out of the question with y'all. Because y'all don't want to protect, provide, and leave. Y'all don't want to do none of that stuff. So y'all rather have us be single baby moms, stressed out.
And this is just her interpretation, right? She's literally saying that guys are out here asking, why don't y'all women have kids? If that isn't the biggest lie known to man, there is no man out here asking black women, why don't you want to have kids? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The first question we're going to ask is, why don't y'all want to be submissive? Why don't y'all want to be traditional? Why don't y'all want to follow under a man's lead? That is going to be the biggest question asked for black women. She does not acknowledge that. She only wants to say that, hey, well, y'all are out here making a single baby mom. So no, we're not. You're choosing to be that. And you're choosing to be that with guys, people I've already told you don't deal with. Mind y'all, she's only talking about a small portion of guys who are out here just making women single baby mothers. Because if we're just being technical, you have plenty of good guys that chicks like her would just rather avoid, right? And just going off of perception, because as I stated before, perception is key on this channel. You have a sister who looks like that. Not even saying that she's a bad person, but the way she's talking, and granted, my grammar is not the best, right? But you can listen to her and you can see her comments. You can see her comments. Sis, you ain't the brightest one. You are not the brightest one. So that's probably already some issues tacked against you, where guys are looking at you and like, nah, I ain't trying to have no kids with you. Damn sure ain't trying to have no kids with you. And I could just only imagine that your attitude and how you carry yourself is only going to follow how you present yourself on here. The same men you're crying and complaining about, the same ones we tell you don't deal with. Those are the same ones that's impregnating all of the women. Black men most definitely, most certainly value black women. Come to your red pill, come to your manosphere, come look at all of these sisters, man, who actually have common sense, who don't live their life like this sister right here, right? Who actually have some substance to their life, who actually carry themselves in a proper manner. Many sisters that are in this community right here, that's in the manosphere, in the red pill, 9 times out of 10, those sisters are going to be the ones to actually get a man, get a husband, get kids, actually live a healthy life with a healthy relationship. Women who look like her, who act like her, are always going to find themselves in a position of despair, in a position of, well, how am I going to raise a kid by myself, right? While this Pookie is over here just living his life. A lot of brothers find it hard to cherish sisters today because a lot of your sisters here in the American community, the African American community, they will call you gay, they will call you down low. They will say, hey, well, y'all men are this, y'all men are trash, y'all yada, 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 yada.
And white women is not even your biggest competition anymore, black ladies, for your black men. Your biggest competition now is the world. You're competing with the world for a black man. See, not all you black women, but some of you black women have told black men that they're trash, that they're not good enough, that they're not worthy of your love and your submission and cooperation and inspiration. So these men have decided, okay, I'll go where I'm appreciated. I just had someone on a live the other day, a black lady, tell a black man that $60,000 that he earns annually is not enough to even support himself, let alone a family. When families, and most people have 2 incomes in the household, make $71,000 on average in the United States of America. Now, that's why the Passport Bros movement is so big. Just think what a black man can do with that type of money in Brazil, Colombia, the Philippines, or Thailand.
Prime example, what she's doing right now, she's trying to generalize. She's trying to take a small group of men and trying to generalize it as if all black men don't like women and they just want to sit over here and just bust all up in women and just have black women, single mothers all over the place. That's not the case. These women are going out here choosing piss poor men while they have piss poor attitudes, and the good men are just overlooking them and we dang sure ain't trying to have kids with you. Now, of course, we dang sure ain't trying to have kids with you, and we dang sure ain't trying to have a relationship with you. Now, of course, we would, have some relations with you, right? Some relations, if you know what I mean. But outside of that, it ain't gonna be any more. Bottom line, this all boiled down to the sisters. Once again, men value and cherish black women. But if y'all don't value or cherish yourselves, if y'all only have the same amount of respect that Sexy Red had for herself, what makes you think any man is going to want to take any sister seriously? When you have sisters calling black men lame, when you have sisters sitting up here saying that, hey, well, you know what, man, y'all trash, y'all this, y'all that, yeah. So then when these men go out and go get it from somewhere else, the first thing that comes to your mind is, well, y'all sellouts. Well, y'all don't want to cherish y'all black women. Y'all don't want to deal with y'all black women. Why do that when we can go out here and get it from somebody else? So let's go ahead and read these comments. Somebody else says, why y'all letting men impregnate you first? Then somebody else says, and the women are not requiring the men, baby daddy, to marry you before you carry. Don't blame the man. Stop opening your legs to men who aren't willing to marry you, right? And once again, those are your pookies. Now, you have your good guys who are not willing to marry a lot of your sisters, because look at what your sisters come with today. Attitude, weave, sandalin, all of this extra stuff. Most of your sisters will rather complain than just make a change. I've noticed that. Rather complain than make a change. You can tell them everything that they need to do to succeed in life and find a great guy, but they will say, well, it requires me to do this. Well, it requires me to settle here. Well, this, well, that. I'm not trying to do all that. So no matter what options you give these sisters, man, they're always going to complain. And guys are going to see that and say, I don't want an indecisive woman. I don't want a woman, man, who is going to make my life harder. And then another thing, a lot of guys are really not trying to marry just because how this court system is. Until a woman can really argue about that, and then you're really going to find yourself in a situation, because men are trying to protect themselves. Then somebody else says, what black men are you talking about? Over 50% of black men don't have kids. The majority of baby moms is having kids by the same dudes. So then somebody else says, please stop giving up your womb before marriage, please. So then somebody else says, so wait, there is no accountability on a woman's part at all? Then she responds and she says, yes, that is why. Like, just listen to, I'm gonna try to read it how she's typing it out. Yes, that why we get the abortion, that why the percent is high. We not having families and kids because we trying to make a choice when we know having a child, we may be single. Well, people, like, sis, you're not like, once again, I'm not the brightest person. I'm not the brightest person in the world. I ain't the smartest person, man. I ain't got the best grammar. I do not have the best grammar. I did not graduate in the top of my class. Even though I got 2 degrees, I got an undergrad and I got my master's in business administration. But at the end of the day, I still can tell you I'm not the brightest person. You literally might have somebody who watch me right now who can fry my ass up with the smarts. And they probably don't even have the same amount of degrees. They probably don't even have a degree. When you look at Matt Walsh, right? That brother is smart. And I don't even think he graduated college. But that dude's 10 billion times smarter than me. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I can tell you I wouldn't say no dumb shit like this. I wouldn't think about no dumb shit like this. This is just a woman who is just avoiding accountability at all costs. And then once again, when you are coming out here talking the way she's talking, looking the way she looks, acting the way she acts, thinking the way she do, it's going to be very hard for you to find a guy who wants to settle down with you. Maybe give you a kid, right? Because you're going to have your Pookies and Ray Ray's going to give you some kids. That's fine. That's probably who she deals with. But best believe no ring is coming out of it. Then somebody else says, can we stop this stupid stereotype about black men? Where I grew up, every black father was involved in their child's life. Y'all let few bad examples and picking the wrong dude speak for everybody, right? So many women will sit up here, well, that's your experience. That's your experience. No, that's most of the African American community experience. Statistically speaking, 70 to 80% of your black men take care of their children. But once again, you have 70 to 80% of your black women who are single mothers. And what are they doing? They're picking the piss poor bad men. You're going to have many women who are like all of your futures baby mamas and Nick Cannon baby mamas. They know what they're willing to get into. They rather not have a ring, but then after the fact, they'll rather want a ring. They will then want a ring and then say, hey, well, these men didn't want to treat me right. These men this, these men that. It is all you're doing. So somebody else says, give him up to a year to propose. He don't even do it, then leave and don't have his kids. Women not setting a standard. Yeah, well, first of all, I say you give that partner 2 years, 2+ years, and it's always situational, right? But you can't sit over here and rush a guy to marry you. You can't rush a guy. You can put a time limit on it. And I say about a good 5 years, but don't ever in your life try to rush a guy. When he's ready, he's ready. And that's what's wrong with women. They'll rush a marriage. Then once it's about 3-4 years into the marriage, they want to go ahead and divorce. Hell, when it's about a year or two of the marriage, they want to freaking divorce. That's why the initiation rate for divorce is so high amongst women, because they are marrying for the wrong reasons. You're going to tell a man, hey, you have to have a time. Here's a time limit. You're going to have to marry me in this time. Like, no, it ain't going to work that way. It ain't going to work that way. That's why you will continue to stay single. So do me a huge favor. Let me like, let me comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know, what do y'all think about this video?